So Milwaukie High School and Milwaukie Academy of the Arts, that was my last school that I was the principal of. And it's a school in North Clackamas School District. And I had started out with about 980 students, and in 2 years built it up to over 1,200 students. So we were the only school that actually increased enrollment, and I started getting students from other schools, which also happened when I was in Springfield. And I believe it's because of the work around equity, diversity, and inclusion, and giving students a voice, and creating a culture where they felt valued and seen. So at Milwaukie, the project that my students wanted to talk about was our grading practices and how they were really inequitable and they were all over the place. And kids were like, Miss G, your grading practices, I mean, everywhere. Like teachers are doing it all different. Like we never know what to expect. And we just think you need to change what you're doing. Thank you, Nina. So we really need to change what you're doing. And I go, well, what do you think? What do you want to do? And they said, well, we'd like the teachers to get on the same page so that we know what to expect, and that they grade our work on time, that they give us feedback that's important, that we can like learn from it, not just like good or bad, but like, here's what went wrong and here's what you might want to think about. So being really intentional about that. And I said, okay. I go, well, let's do some more work around it. And then I'm going to set up an opportunity that you all get to present to the staff on equitable grading practices. So when they first started, they were beating up the staff. And I said, okay, let's slow down. I said, so one thing about communication and getting people to like listen to you is they don't want to be attacked, because if you attack them, they're going to shut down and they're not going to be able to listen to what you have to say. And so the goal is for them to really hear you. So there's a few things that are happening while we're having these conversations, right? Like they're learning, oh, that's a communication strategy that they can take and use with their staff member or teacher, but they can also use that with a parent, with a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whoever, a partner. They can use that with their boss. So that's a skill that they're going to take with them for life, that they'll start to engage in. So they ended up presenting, and it was 7 students that they all picked the 7 kids together that they wanted to present. And it was a diverse group of kids, and they put together an amazing PowerPoint and they presented to the staff. Most of the staff was thrilled. Some of the staff wasn't, and that's okay, right? And so they basically shared with the staff and they talked about all of our students. And they said to them, like, we value you and we know you work really hard. But here's some of the things that we're concerned about. And they talked about that they were all over the place with the grading. They also talked about with the amount of homework they got, because they recognize that some students don't have a place to study. And they said that to the teachers. They said some of our classmates live in a 2-bedroom apartment with 6 siblings. Where are they going to study? And you need to think about that. Some of us are in activities all day. We don't get home till 9 o'clock. Some of us, are much, and they talked about how they learn. Some of them are visual learners. Some of them are more auditory, and some of them, learn by just writing and reading. And so they talked about the different kinds of learners that the teachers had in the school, and then they need to be thinking about how to approach different styles of learning. It was pretty powerful. Fast forward today, this was 3 years ago, our school took on equitable grading practices last year. The whole district is taking that on this year. So it's something that's really powerful and has permeated throughout the district. And that all came from the project that they did.